Fasting can be an amazing tool for fat loss, but the vast majority of the people that I talk to actually do it completely wrong. Here's how to get the absolute most out of this eating strategy. First off, my name is Montel Harden, and I'm a certified personal trainer, strength, and nutrition coach since 2017. And since that time, myself and our team have helped over 700 men and women drop body fat, build lean muscle, and gain strength. And most of all, get healthy in a way that's practical and sustainable for them and their lifestyle. So obviously, fasting isn't new. Fasting is something that has been around for a long time. And no matter what guru tries to claim this special fasting method or this special fasting strategy, honestly, a pretty simple process. I've actually been doing a very simple kind of like fasted cardio and kind of starting my day without eating for maybe the first 5 or 6 hours. Typically, I'm up around 4:30 and I'm having my first meal around, say, 9:30, 10 o'clock, something like that. It works better for my work schedule. It's not anything too extreme. By the time I've eaten, I've typically got around 5,000 to 8,000 steps. I've probably gotten a workout in. Then I have my first meal. I've been doing this consistently for about a month and a half now. We've actually dropped about 6 pounds of body fat. My energy is upticked and improved a good bit. And my workouts actually haven't really suffered at all. With that being said, you might think this is a holy grail, like, oh shoot, you did it and you've experienced the benefits of it. But I did not make the 3 mistakes that the majority of people that are trying to fast end up making. First, before we dive into that, make sure you like this video and subscribe so that you don't miss any more going forward. First off, is the vast majority of people fast with no idea what they're eating afterward. I don't care if you intermittent fast, OMAD, 1 meal a day, do a multi-day fast. I don't care what the methodology is. I'm not even really gonna get into that much because it's not really that important. One methodology isn't more important than the other, especially when you do break your fast, you're eating low quality foods or you're eating barely enough food to fuel yourself and to fuel your body's needs. It really doesn't matter what type of fasting strategy you implement. You're going to struggle to stick with it, and you're going to struggle to see the results and progress that you want to see from it. And next one is fasting for the purpose of weight loss. And now you may be saying, well, what do you mean? How is that a negative? Like, that's what I clicked on this video for. Yes, fat loss, and this is something that I tell my clients all the time. Fat loss is a product of doing the right things. It is not the be all end all. It is not the sole reason that you do something. You don't have a kid specifically for the purpose of them going to Harvard and becoming a Nobel Peace Prize winning doctor and becoming a millionaire and setting you up for life. Is that a great scenario to have? Is that a great for changing those diapers and taking them back and forth from sports and all this stuff? Is that a good consolation prize that your kid sets you up great once they get into their career? Absolutely. But it is not the reason that you decided to become a parent. Fat loss is the same thing. You cannot go into something like fasting specifically trying to lose weight. Because you know the best way to lose weight fasting? Just stop eating. Like, forget 16-8 fast, forget a OMAD fast, forget a multi-day fast. Just like never eat again. You'll lose plenty of weight that way. That's why it's a dangerous mindset to say, hey, I need to lose some weight. I'm going to start fasting, because it's a slippery slope that takes you to a very bad relationship with food, where it's like every time you see the weight creep back up on the scale a little bit, you just stop eating. That's a terrible way to approach fasting, and something that I do not recommend. And then lastly is to have your eating window set during the worst period of the day for you. So what I mean by that is, let's say you're doing a 16-8 fast, like you're fasting 16 hours a day and then you're eating for 8 hours a day. But you set your eating window during a time period where you are much more likely to overindulge or stress eat or go out with coworkers or family or whatever, to go through a drive-through, whatever the case may be. A good example of this, a lot of people set their fasting window, say for, let's say, 2 o'clock to 10 o'clock or 12 o'clock to 8 o'clock. I think 12 o'clock to 8 o'clock is probably the most common one. But what do we have at 12 o'clock and at 8 o'clock? At 12 o'clock, you got your lunch break most likely coming up in the next couple of hours, where you're probably ordering something off DoorDash or Uber Eats, or you're rolling on 2 wheels down the street from the office so that you can grab whatever greasy fried food meal or whatever the case may be is nearest to you. And then near the end of that window, you've got about 8 o'clock where you're sitting down on the couch, laying in the bed, whatever, maybe by yourself, maybe with your kids, maybe with your spouse, and you probably got your hand in a bag of chips, midnight snacking, eating some ice cream, something like that. So it depends on what you struggle with most. If you are a midnight snacker, if you're somebody that snacks late night, then I actually think that you need to have a fasting window that goes further into that. So it basically, you should be having your last meal about an hour, maybe 90 minutes before you go to bed. Because if your fasting window stops at 8 p.m., but then you don't go to sleep till 11, that's 3 hours where you have to try to fight the temptation of the worst eating period of the day for you, or the least disciplined eating period of the day for you. Contrary, on the other hand, if your boss stresses you out to no end and you tend to stress eat, then maybe having your fasting window end right at 12 o'clock, maybe that's not a good thing. Maybe what we need to do is bump that fasting window up to maybe 9 a.m. Or eating window rather, bump it up to 9 a.m. Now this way you get a good high quality breakfast and you already have some food in your system. And now you're probably going to be able to make a much better decision because you're not trying to figure out what your first meal is going to be. So it's all about assessing your specific mindset around food, your specific roadblocks and pitfalls, and figuring out what makes sense for you. Now, with all that being said, here is the right way to fast and the only things I need you to focus on. Like I said, I don't care about what strategy you use. One is not better or more effective than the other. It's more so about your mindset, your intention, and your preparation around the aspect of fasting in itself. First off is to create a game plan to hit all of your nutritional goals within this 6-hour time frame, 8-hour time frame, 12-hour time frame, whatever strategy you think is going to work best for your lifestyle. You pick the strategy based on your lifestyle, based on what is most practical for the way that you personally live. And within that, you eat all the same foods. If you need 160 grams of protein to build or maintain lean muscle, you got to figure out a way to get that in within that fasting window. If you need 40 grams of fiber per day, got to find a way to get it in. If you need some quality carbs because you train hard, let's say you train 5 days a week and you lift heavy and you run and you do all these things and you're still trying to drop body fat, you have to hit your nutritional targets. One of the worst things that you can do is start fasting and then start depleting your body of all its essential nutrients. Guys, our body runs on nutrients. It runs on vitamins and minerals and macros and micros. Like when you don't eat enough food, you're also missing out on protein and magnesium and potassium and iron and vitamin B and omega-3 fatty acids. You're also missing out on a lot of essential nutrients that will actually help your body drop body fat. That is why just eating less does not always yield that certain outcome, because your body also needs the tools and the building blocks to actually metabolize fat cells, regulate metabolism, regulate hormone levels, regulate thyroid. Like there's a lot of different things that go into it. The human metabolism is probably the most complex machine ever in the existence of life in itself. So you can't just say, oh, I'll eat less and expect to lose weight in perpetuity. It might happen for a week or two, but most of all, you need the nutrients that your body requires to actually aid in a faster metabolism, aid in lean muscle growth, aid in a healthy hormone profile. Like all of these things need to be in place. So you have to make sure that even though you are fasting, if you need, say, 2,000 calories a day, you still got to get those 2,000 calories in, or you still got to get that, 150 grams of protein in, or you still got to get in whatever nutritional needs you specifically need. You got to be able to get it in. Just fasting in itself is not enough. You also have to make sure that you have a true game plan. So you need to know what your first meal is going to be, what your next meal is going to be, and what your last meal is going to be. You need to know what foods you need to prioritize, what meals you should be having in your game plan. Don't just say, oh, I'm fasting, but then you have no clue what you're going to eat. Fasting means that you have a tailored game plan for what you're going to be consuming, not just when I'm not going to be eating. There's two sides to the coin and two parts of the equation. You got to make sure that both are dialed in. And then lastly is to fast to master food and discipline your mind, grow in your faith, and use it as a spiritual practice. Do not fast for the purpose of weight loss. That is a slippery slope and a great way to develop a terrible relationship with food. I want you to fast because you feel that maybe certain foods or certain situations or certain stressors have a hold on you and you need to figure out how to overcome them. And I want you to fast for the purpose of overcoming food addiction, emotional eating, binge eating. These are the reasons that I want you to fast. Fat loss is going to be a byproduct. If you do the above, like I said, get in the nutrients that you need, then fat loss is going to be a byproduct of this anyway. You're going to get the weight loss aspect of it. But if you just focus on the weight loss aspect of it, it's probably not going to happen. You have to be able to take the lessons that fasting provides and then eventually put that into a sustainable system that you can duplicate and follow for the rest of your life. Because if you say to yourself, hey, I'm going to fast for, 3 weeks to get ready for a wedding or get ready for a vacation or whatever the case may be, well, you're probably going to be extreme. Like if you know that you've got an end date, then you're going to do something super extreme. You're going to eat 500 calories a day, green smoothie yourself to 15 pounds down, all lean muscle loss, metabolism plummeted. Then as soon as that 3 weeks ends or before, you're going right back to binging and right back to food having this emotional hold on you. So fast for the purpose of overcoming those addictions, overcoming those strangleholds, overcoming the emotional eating struggles, or even just the lazy eating struggles where it's the end of the night and you're bored and you have nothing to do, and you should probably be getting to bed, or you should probably be planning for your day, and you just snack and you just you're eating just to eat. Like, that's why fasting is valuable, to take you away from that and build new discipline. Use it for that. Use it to improve and fortify your mindset, your discipline, and your relationship with food. Client Dean actually utilized a 12-8 fasting window. I believe we ate from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. every single day, but we made sure that we got in all the nutrients that he needed to hit his goals. This is one of the biggest things that we prioritize. And he was actually able to drop 100 pounds of body fat, get completely off of blood pressure medication, completely off of cholesterol medication, get healthier than he had been in decades over just 14 months. Because we utilized fasting the right way. We didn't use it as a get skinny quick scheme. We used it as a way to break the strangleholds that certain foods and certain behaviors had on his eating habits, and he reaped the rewards of it. Hopefully this was valuable for you. I want you to see success. I want you to get healthy. I want you to be in amazing shape and stay there. And I think that if you can look at fasting this way and utilize it this way, that you'll see a lot of success from it, and you'll develop a very healthy relationship with food, with your body, with your weight, and with your overall health as a result. If you want help implementing strategies just like this in order to drop stubborn body fat, build lean muscle, improve your energy, improve your health, just get to a place where you eat healthy, you work out consistently, you just love the health habits that you built for yourself, take our transformation quiz, second link down in the description below, and we'll help you put together a comprehensive game plan to get that done. If you found this video valuable, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn notifications on so that you don't miss any more uploads going forward. I will see you in the next one. Peace.